Good. Yo.
Good evening.
Hey, I'm surprised you haven't made a new intro yet. Just for
With
you.
You know
what?
why? He needs a really good intro with some big block cars, wheels up.
Yeah. I'm just, with how dramatically different the Fairlane is now, I'm surprised we didn't
Oh
he hasn't,
yeah,
redone it and just snuck in some new shots.
I was kind of waiting on everything to go back together and everything to
Man. Oh, okay, I got you.
I want to see it with the trim. I actually put some of the trim on the car just to kind of get an idea of how it was going to look.
And
I like it. I like it a lot.
Good.
I put some cardboard on mine and some shelf brackets. It didn't help. It's in workbench mode.
The only thing I put on my car is dust and overspray from all the other stuff I've been working on. So
it's got crap piled around mine to the extent that I'll probably never be able to get it out of this garage.
Don't start with Oh man. Fro, he'll figure it out, buddy.
It's somebody's got to elaborate on that because I can't tell that story and do it justice.
I mean, I'm not trying to make your boy look silly. So I'll real quick story. We're sitting at John's yesterday, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
We'd helped John finish up moving, whatever. We're sitting at right where he's sitting at right now at his table in his garage or in his shop. That's not a garage, that's a shop.
Yeah.
And Fro's boy is sitting there and we're in the middle of a conversation. And he just breaks in with, "How you gonna get your car out of here?" And we're like all kind of look at each other like, well, John goes, "I don't know, 30 minutes of moving stuff around and come right out." And he's like, "Oh, what about the motorcycle? It's in the same boat. It can't get out either." Like, okay. So it was just, it's one of those you had to be there things.
You almost had to be there. It was comical in person for sure.
I started tearing up. I was laughing so hard.
Yeah.
So, and then he thought he said something funny, so he started cracking up because he thought he was making us laugh. And I just, I didn't tell him any different.
Hey, I'm over here killing November flies, FYI.
That's a good problem.
It's shorts and t-shirts weather, and it's almost Thanksgiving. This is Thanksgiving week.
Yeah.
This is the week the Pilgrims and the Indians battled it out at Iwo Jima.
Oh man, offending three groups at the same time. That's awesome. Oh goodness. Well, do we start off with the elephant in the room?
You can't call her that.
Motor Trend.
Yeah.
Motor Trend is dead.
Is it though?
Wednesday.
That's the question. It's funny that you put it like that. Is it though?
Is it? Because I don't think it is.
I don't think so.
There's a whole bunch of brand new episodes that still haven't come out yet, right?
Right.
Of not just Roadkill, but Alex Taylor shows, all these other ones. They're still going to have the Motor Trend channel where you can go back and watch all the old shows. Correct?
That is true.
I got one for you. Who liked? Not that it really, and we all, I'm sure at this point, have watched Freiberger talk about how it really didn't change because they were in creative control the whole time. But I think we can all agree that it really did change when it went from YouTube to Motor Trend, like cable TV show.
Yeah, I think it did.
Almost like I mean, you could argue that it was just better production quality, but there was more people involved in it showed. There was other collaboration and ideas.
Yeah.
I don't think it was ever better on Motor Trend.
Yeah.
It was. I think there were certain elements of it that were better, because it wasn't until they went to the Motor Trend channel, went to the studio, when they started doing stuff like Roadkill Takes America, Roadkill Nights, stuff like that. That's when corporate started getting involved. And I felt like it was. And
you think the events were better, but looking back, like I think so. I don't know how to find like the pre-Motor Trend Roadkill shows when it was just on YouTube. But I remember the change and going, man, maybe it's I just don't like change. Maybe I should think about that. But like we've talked about the Roadworthy Rescues before versus Derek's Homegrown Revival videos.
Yeah.
I like the Derek revivals better than the Roadworthy Rescues.
Me too.
They're a little too polished, and being a not very polished guy, when something gets a little too polished, it becomes less relatable.
Yeah. Well, relatable is a big deal with us. And
Yeah.
and a lot of people like us.
Yeah.
So
if you have a crappy car and a big block, we're gonna hang.
yeah. Yeah. We're probably already buddies.
Yeah.
Everybody's talking about Roadkill this and Roadkill that, which don't get me wrong, Roadkill is one of my favorites too. But what about Engine Masters?
Man,
How
I
many
cry
times
sometimes when I realize there's no more new Engine Masters.
Right. Man, Engine Masters was a very informative show.
I like the stuff they did. I mean, there's only so many times I can, and not to bag on Holdner. He's like the only other one really doing that. But there's only so many times you can watch that same.
Yeah.
There's only so many LS combinations he can pull out of a junkyard.
Right.
well, if you dig deep into his videos, he does more with Ford mod motors than most people are.
Yeah.
So he digs a little deeper into some of that stuff than just the LS stuff. But yeah, you're right.
It was. I think if any of us actually had a engine dyno and a field of dyno mules, Engine Masters was doing the stuff that we would do.
100%. You know, I'd be swapping intakes just to see which one, made more power.
Yeah.
There's how many times have you went back and man, because we've had conversation. I know, John, me and you've had this conversation before. Like, man, do I really need to run 3-inch exhaust? Like, I got 2.5. Well,
man,
we went back and watched the Engine Masters.
You're talking to a guy that swapped cams in his Monte Carlo on a regular basis. I mean, there's a reason it was so quick and easy to swap cams for me on that Monte. It's because I did it a bunch.
Yeah.
I want to know what they all did. And it wasn't fast by any means, but they all ran a little different. They all sounded a little different.
Right.
And I didn't have like a draggy then. I mean, we're talking the 90s. But
yeah.
But no, the
experimentation, science, and fun.
I would have never thought some of the stuff I saw on Engine Masters would have worked out the way that it did. When they almost flattened a pipe on the header.
Right.
I was like, okay, I've been taught this for years. That is a bottleneck. That's going to be a problem.
Nope.
Turns out it's not.
Salad bowls work great.
The salad bowl worked great.
The salad bowl with the K&N filter lid element on top was better than. I mean, I think that's
no
one of the reasons why I grabbed that 14-inch top lid element. I got that on everything I do.
And I cheaped out. I bought a cheap one and it was junk. I took it off.
I did the same thing. It's over in a box.
Yeah. You tighten it enough to keep the air cleaner from spinning around. It would just
collapse
it. I don't like that.
So do you think all of these shows are actually dead, or do you think this is something that they're going to rebuild on YouTube as their own independent projects?
I think these every one of these people that had shows, I think they're going to be just fine. And I don't know that they're going to make another Roadkill, but they'll make a variation of it, I bet. If Freiberger and Finnegan don't, somebody will. You know what I mean? I mean, Derek already does. There's a lot of revival shows already.
I wonder if it would. I wonder if it would free their time back up, not having all those Motor Trend commitments, to be able to do stuff together again. I mean, what percentage of Roadkill in the last couple of years has been just Freiberger and Finnegan doing a crazy cross country shenanigan?
Yeah,
we got to get other people involved, and we got to do other things, and then it's not really the same old Roadkill.
Well, and I watched Finnegan's video where he explained, like, everybody's released their video now. It's just like when Donut shut down and Hoonigan shut down. I watched Finnegan's video, and he talked about how, based on their Motor Trend contracts, they weren't allowed to be on each other's YouTube channels until now.
Yeah.
But
yeah. Old drag, drive, repeat, Mr. Narks. It'll free up 13 to 14 weeks of their time. There was a lot of stuff they weren't doing because they were doing that.
Yeah.
And like where before they could do it on their own time, when it's a Motor Trend thing, it's got to be a big scheduled event. There's a lot of people involved. There's a lot of. My big question was, how could that entity be that far in debt?
So that kind of goes to another video I watched with Joe Zolper, the guy who does Builders Brawl, the guy who was on, what was the name of the show he was on? Garage Squad.
Right.
He released his video explaining what happened, and basically he nailed it all down to corporate greed. Said it's been coming for a while. It's one of those things, and I know we've discussed it, where you buy a company, you use up all the assets, you bury it all in debt, and then you close the company, file bankruptcy, shut it down. So, I mean, it could be one of those situations, and maybe it is. I can't imagine how you can get 41 billion dollars in debt.
Yeah, $41 billion in debt, and
on $1,200 cars.
It was what was it?
That's
Finnegan saying he wanted to buy the Datsun. He said he just didn't have the money to do it himself, and luckily Freiberger was able to get it into the budget, and it was a $600 car.
It's true.
$600 cars got them billions in debt, but I mean they did rip on some pretty solid Dodge products. So
yeah,
that was a sponsored deal though.
100%.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't want to judge on that portion.
Listen, if I could have one request, it would just be Finnegan. Will he get to working on the Cadillac? I want to see that deal done.
Well, now he'll have 13, 14 extra weeks a year. Maybe he can work on it during that time.
Man.
Right now he's building gas, or he has to give away.
I mean, and that's cool. I get it. But, man, speaking of giveaways, they're all over the place now, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
Man, Cleater really started something. I'm not saying he's the first one to do it. But in my small world of what I watch, he definitely
he's giving away some stuff.
Yeah, for sure. I'll be buying another shirt or something because I want an F-150.
Really?
I want one of those deals.
Is he giving another one away? I haven't watched Cletus in a while.
They're building two. They're building a twin turbo truck and a Whipple truck. They're already built, I believe. Then winner gets to choose.
Oh.
So they're giving one away. I mean, we see them up. Get him, John. Get him.
John, damn it, we're live.
Sorry. It was a big effing spider.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, kill that with
You
fire.
don't want those reproducing.
Yeah,
No,
yeah, that's a
Anyway,
terrible thing.
he was coming over here to try to reproduce with me.
Yeah. I back to what we were talking about. I think, like you were saying, because of the Motor Trend contracts, we're gonna see these guys working together again. And we'll probably see some pretty good content over the next, year or so. I would imagine. Hopefully sooner, but I mean, realistically.
I think they were already doing good stuff in what time they had.
No, I agree.
But I mean, this is gonna maybe it'll be good, freeing up some time to do some other stuff.
Right.
Maybe it'll be just enough time to get that Cadillac done.
Yeah. I want to see it done.
Yeah.
Like I said, if I could have one request right now, that would be it. Just get that deal done.
Yeah.
Part of what throws me off about all of that, though, is I was watching the video with Ian from Four Wheeler, and he said it's actually not going to affect his shows. It's not going to affect like some of the shows, just the ones that were coming out of that particular studio.
Huh.
So he's still going to be recording shows. He's still going to be making content for Motor Trend.
Do you think that has to do with sponsorships, though? They're
I
getting
don't know.
their money for their builds and parts, like heavily sponsored, so they're not that big of a drain. That show.
I mean, that's
I don't know.
possible.
Isn't that studio in like Tennessee or?
Yes.
I wonder if it has more to do with California.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe what they were doing there. Maybe it was costing too much regulatory wise to do dumb stuff in a big blue state.
Regulations. We know a guy coming in that doesn't like regulations.
This is true.
Yeah.
Maybe should have hung on a couple more months.
But so so Finnegan talked about how the hosts are going to get first crack at the projects. What project would you like to see come back?
Come back.
What project would you like to see wind up in somebody's hands who's going to do something with it?
The muscle truck is one of my favorite, one of everybody's favorites, I think.
I think that one's actually owned by Freiberger, though.
Does
That's
he
one
own
of
that
his
one?
trucks. Yeah.
I see. I know a couple times he said he was going to sell it, or he had it for sale.
He said he tried to sell it and people like crucified him for it. So it was
Okay.
Do you think the fact that they were on that show is going to increase the value that much?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Without sounding bad, but it's increasing the value with people that pull cars out of backyards. So
Right.
no.
Like if the question is, would I pay more than my neighbor that doesn't know what the muscle truck is? Would I pay more than him for that truck? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But does it still have a limit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Daddy's trying to get a big block built. Come on now.
Yeah. At some point, like you look at that muscle truck and like it's good, but it's been hacked on.
Yeah.
And all of those parts are just parts.
Yeah.
Like you can go get another decent C10 and throw all them parts at it.
Yeah. True. What happened to the Crusher Camaro?
It's a Motor Trend car.
Yeah.
It's that one's going to stick with the I don't know if that one would stick with the magazine, because the magazine's a completely different entity from the studio. The studio is a completely different entity from the channel.
Yeah, I wonder what how they discern what was a project car pre Motor Trend Studio and what was after. Like, is Crusher just going to get sent to? Well, that's not.
That car's legendary. That one, and Project X. There's a couple cars they had on those
I
shows.
thought the Crusher Camaro was one of Freiberger's cars.
He originally bought it.
He originally bought it, but I do believe it is owned by Motor Trend now.
Really?
I was gonna say I'd like to see him back with it if it's not his. I'd like, because we would see more content with that car. That car's cool.
That car is cool.
The shows between the Crusher Camaro and the Rubber Ducky, was it the Rubber Ducky? Is that what Finnegan's?
Yep.
Yeah, those were cool shows, man. Those.
But
Man,
see,
talk about a killer barn find. The Rubber Ducky car. That thing's. I mean, it was a lot. It was pretty messed up, but man, how cool is that?
Came with a whole barn full of wheels.
Yeah.
But Freiberger already has like 35 cars. One of them is the F-Bomb Camaro, and nobody's even seen it in years.
Yeah.
He has plenty to produce content with.
Yeah.
True. But
Same thing with Finnegan. Finnegan's got a lot. He's just kind of got to focus a little bit.
yeah. Yeah. Some of his builds aren't my style. I still watch the stuff, but
No, I get that. I don't like watching Old Man Garage, and John doesn't like watching Puddin'. So
you and Bill Hoskinson might be related.
Brothers from another mother.
I knew I was going to bring this up when
if you watch him on the Tin Soldier podcast, he goes just like you do several times through that show.
I wanted to put together some heavy breathing and ask like Fro or Bill.
Oh my God, no.
Just
No.
listen and we'll have you guess back and forth.
Yeah, close your eyes and listen and just
No.
We can make that happen.
So do you think this is going to this goes right into another topic that Bo wanted to talk about? Do you think this is going to change anything as far as the way Freiberger's always kind of had an effect, and one of his big battle cries is "Don't get it right, just get it running." Do you think this is going to have an effect on that movement? Do you think that goes away now that these guys are doing
No
YouTube stuff?
No, I think he's made his impression.
Do you think
made now? I think that's people have already been doing that forever.
Yeah, but I think it may have been a bit of a movement.
Well, no,
I know there's a couple guys that aren't just getting it running. I've seen those guys in the chat.
Yeah,
but just get it running. There's a lot of people that watch that stuff and go, man, I don't have to have a perfect car. I just have to have a drivable car.
I agree. And then I ask you guys a question, like, what's your thought on that? What's your stance? And mine's a two-parter. My answer. If you're building a drag and drive car or just a cool cruiser, get them running, go drive them, enjoy them while you work on them. You know what I mean? Drag and drive car, it's kind of important to go drive it and test it. You don't want to completely build it and then take it out and be upset whenever you find you hit a wobble at 55 miles an hour. You'll learn that before you go out on your first drag and drive. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Same thing with a cruiser. That's always going to ever evolving, right? Always. Now, with that being said, if you're building a show car that you're going to take to car shows, right? And that's it. Not a cruiser, but a real little show car or a serious race car, then I would say those cars, yeah, buckle up, get those done complete, and then go, with the race car, obviously go do your testing. But I think it works for different situations.
Yeah, I don't think I'm ever going to have a show car like that. Mine needs to just be running.
Yeah.
It's more motivating when you can fire it up. And
do you know how bad it sucks that I got to push my car in and out of my shop to work on stuff in here?
It don't weigh very much with no motor in it.
Yeah, it's pretty light, actually. It's not bad. But that's not the point. The point is used to, I'm like, oh, I need to paint something or whatever. I just fire my car up and pull it out, which sounds lazy now that I can push it in and out so easy, but it doesn't matter. Just give me a reason to go drive it. Got to start it anyway. Might as well go drive it.
It's still a cool car though. Like you look at it sitting behind you, it still looks cool.
A little high in the front.
A little high in the front right now, but that's you're putting a lowering kit on there.
Yeah. Yep. Made by GM.
So on the don't get it right, just get it running movement, do you think that makes people lazier when they do just get it right?
Lazier when they get it right?
Yeah. Like if you're not, or I'm sorry, lazier when you get it running.
No, because I think it keeps you motivated.
Adds motivation.
Yeah.
See, I'm not sure about that because like I got mine running, and if you hadn't said something, we probably never would have painted this thing. I would have just drove the wheels off of it.
You'd have drove the wheels off of it though.
It's true.
Your ratio to touching the car versus not touching the car, I bet has went up since it started being a car that would actually fire up. I mean, you got 19 years that you worked on it.
It's not 19. It was 13.
And then about the last year, you actually been driving it. I think you've worked on it. I think you've done stuff to it and with it more consistently since it was running.
It's true.
And it's still not, I mean,
Well,
not to discredit the car, but it's still not like a pristine show car.
No, it's not.
and not trying to take any credit for it, but since me and John started giving you hell about
I think that helped quite a bit.
Yeah.
It has been extremely motivational to have you guys here and tell me exactly how good I am at everything I do.
You're welcome.
I got some hose clamps I got to tighten up and some fuel lines I got to build. But other than that, like we're straight.
There you go. Yeah, hopefully you don't have to redo that fuel system for the fuel injection. That'd be a kick.
I shouldn't have to. The hard lines are good. The only thing I should have to work on should be the actual rubber lines.
We got this figured out. Remember? You're going to pull a body lift. John's going to install the Phytech on your car. You don't have to worry about it.
Yes. Did that deal become fruitful today?
No fruit. There's still time.
Fair enough.
We're letting that deal marinate.
Oh, okay. Did you guys go look at it?
Still happen, but Shanda really wanted a lazy day for quite some time now. I gave it to her.
Yes.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Yep. I agree, Rob.
But Bo brought up something else interesting. Somebody has plotted out the Route 66 road trip in ultimate form. And I'll have to look back to see where this is at.
Hey, this is something that we've talked about in the past, but like I've said before, I've never mapped it out. You know what I mean? I come across this deal the other day. This seemed like a pretty solid 15-day trip.
It is still 15 days, though. It's going to be hard for me to get time off for that.
Yeah, you can't do it till you're empty nester, my friend. Or you just take your kids with you.
I have too many kids. No, I was looking at this. This is actually a really cool route to run through. I would do this trip. I think this is awesome. It's all of the sites you want to see. I'd probably skip Branson because I don't need Branson.
I may not need to spend much time in St. Louis.
Yeah, St. Louis might be covered.
Yeah.
But this was on USA Thoughts on Facebook. We stole this off of them.
Oh, I don't know where it came from. I just screenshot and sent it.
But there's a lot of cool stuff down Route 66 that I'd like to see that I haven't got to see yet. I've done about half of Route 66 as far as driving. It is a horrible, horrible road.
Yeah.
Especially when you can see the interstate from where you're at and realize how fast everybody else is going. I don't think 15 days is actually enough for this trip.
If you don't want to stop anywhere and you don't want to be on the actual Route 66 pavement. It'll beat you up.
Yeah. This has got to be with like a nice, dependable vehicle that they're doing this in 15 days.
Well, and one of the things that throws me off is you get off of Route 66 around, looks like Flagstaff, and then you go to Grand Canyon, you go to Vegas, you check out all of that. So you're missing a section of Route 66. Is it really a Route 66 drive? Or is this just a great road trip?
I think it's better if it's just a great road trip.
Yeah.
I don't think you have to be on 66 for it to be good. And I've done like Pontiac, which I've driven to Chicago, adjacent 66. And I think I'm all the way past Flagstaff going the other way. So I've done almost the whole. I've hit all the way to Vegas. So, but I didn't pull over at all the spots.
Is that what makes the road trip? Is pulling over at all the spots, pulling over at Cadillac Ranch and checking out all the what is it, the Muffler Men, the Rocket Men?
Yeah. I mean, Cadillac Ranch is cool. Hit that. Winslow, Arizona.
Did you stand on a corner?
Yeah, you can't not. You got it.
Just hung out for a minute.
Right over by that flatbed Ford.
Nonsense. You don't like Fords.
I'm just curious, is there another road trip that, I mean, honestly, this kind of follows most of the route that you're running into with the 2-lane blacktop route.
Did not hit the bunny ranch on my trip, Rob.
Yeah.
The 2-lane blacktop route runs through a lot of this. You got all those guys every year who do the bandit run if they've got a 77 to 79 Trans Am. What is this the ultimate road trip? Is this what you would want to do, or is there another trip you'd rather do?
I mean, I can't say, I don't think you can say there's one generic ultimate road trip for everybody.
Right.
I mean, this is a pretty good one. Yeah, for sure. I mean, I don't know if it's ultimate for me even. I just have to do it.
I think the only leg of this one that I haven't done is like the Vegas to LA. And I've never done it all like in a shot though. That'd be cool. But I worry that it would also become laborious.
It does. Speaking as someone who has driven a good chunk of the way from Chicago on Route 66, it's a rough road. It's hard to stick to just Route 66. You got to. I wanted to jump on the interstate. I wanted to be done with most of Route 66 trying to drive down it.
You pretty much have to in some areas.
There are some areas where Route 66 does disappear, yes. One of those areas is oddly enough, Miami, Oklahoma. It goes off on dirt roads and it becomes a narrow piece of concrete.
They're trying to redo that. Do you know that?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they're talking about trying to budget in restoring that section of 66. Or part of that's out here by where I live.
Yeah.
Yep. So no word on if they're going to do it yet, but if they don't, it's just going to disappear. Just going to go away.
Well, hopefully they find a way to maintain it. It's a cool section of road.
Yeah, I hope so too.
All right. Well, does anybody have any project updates? John, how's things going with the move?
Move's good. I'll probably never get my car out of this shop again, but the move went well. Everything's out of storage onto property. So
Hey, that went pretty smooth. That humongous industrial air compressor went pretty good.
Heavy.
I feel like it was heavy. You know, the truck loaded up nicely.
yeah, everything
was
went
good.
well.
I showed up late enough to not have to do any heavy work, so that's good.
Yeah, we already had the compressor here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was handy. I still
Turns
haven't
out-
moved any stuff. It's all
turns
still
out-
sitting right on the driveway.
Yeah. Years of experience moving slot machines gets you, helps out when you move air compressors too,
Yeah,
or washers and dryers, whatever.
throws them around like they're nothing.
Oh, well,
Bo, you got any updates on your stuff?
no, I don't. Well, yeah, I started blasting my headers today. My Stone Cipher donated long tubes for my big block swap. So I got V-bands welded on those. I got some 3.5 inch to 3 inch V-band clamps. They're welded on. Started blasting the pieces today. So hopefully get those coated here in the next couple days. But man, it's supposed to get stinking cold this week. It's like 40s. High
Is
of
it
40s.
really?
High of 40s all week.
No, really. I better
Yeah, no spit.
I better get some stuff done. I'm ready to start. I'm ready to start ripping some carburetor off of this rig.
Yeah. I bet.
You're gonna be ripping carburetor off this rig too. So
Yeah. Well, hopefully after this week, I think I might be spending this week doing some work on that. So after this week, I may have room for it. Bring it on over. And yours is way easier than mine. Knock yours out quick.
you say that you haven't seen my exhaust yet. My exhaust is a little bit rough, so welding in that O2 bung may be a little bit of a problem.
He's so worried about his bunghole.
It'll be fine.
Just a little,
Yeah.
stick it in.
I mean, worst case scenario, John, taps it. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just grab a nut.
All right. Well,
Run it on. Hey, off topic and totally didn't prep for this one. Non pre-prep topic. Have you watched any of the later Jimmy Dale videos, Bo?
The last one I watched is where they went to Yellow Belly with Frosty and his wife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is gonna sound kind of weird, but do they not make call it slow car racing look wicked fun?
Yeah.
Man,
The in-car videos, man, it looks fast. And then she's like, "Oh, I went 897." That's like, "Oh God." That's,
eighth mile,
yeah,
897.
eighth mile.
Yeah.
That's like a
But they
14.
make it look fun. Like everybody's having a good ass time.
Yep.
Uh,
I think it goes back to what we talked about even with Stone Cipher. I think it's all fun. It is what you make it, right?
Yeah, I think they make it more fun because, like, having been a guy that has gone to several different track day and events where I know zero people there, it's a lot funner when you got people around you that you know and can make fun of you when you screw up, and it makes it way funner.
For sure.
But I don't know. That was my only takeaway there is, man, they make that slow car stuff look pretty exciting.
Yeah. Well, I'm not going backwards. So
No, I'm not saying that.
they can have
Hey,
it.
I'm gonna throw a 2-barrel on this big
Is
block.
do we think they're not having fun because they're only running 14s? Are we just that numb to cars
Man,
going so
I had a
fast?
blast when I was doing that. But you
I
know
never
what?
I never made a pass in any vehicle I've ever owned and been like, "Oh, that sucks. I guess I'll go make another pass."
That was
Never.
pretty lame. Better take it to the house.
Never. It's been awesome every time. Every time.
Throw a draggy in your car and see what it does on the street, pro.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Next time, yeah.
Drop that thing off. I'm gonna do a before and after rip with the draggy.
Oh, hey,
Going from
Hey.
there to the fuel injection.
it's for science. You got to do it.
For science.
I'm fine with that. I welded this drive shaft. I feel great about it.
Really?
No.
I welded mine. I
Hey,
welded mine. It was fine.
we moved everything back into this shop from like storage, and I'm looking at drive shafts that I welded in my yard.
Hey, I
on
saw them and I didn't say
these
anything.
deals. Why did I keep those? Like
Because
I never took a drive shaft to a guy that's supposed to put drive shafts together. I was just eyeballed it and welded it together.
I have the drive shaft out of the wagon when I had the 700R4,
Yeah.
and I was trying to sell like the transmission and everything else that I didn't need anymore. And I looked at Fro and Jimmy, because I was at Jimmy's shop, and I said, "What do you think I'd ask for this? Probably should just hang on to this drive shaft, shouldn't I? Since I just welded it myself, and that's may not be. Yeah, I'm just gonna hang on to it. So it's down here somewhere.
Yeah.
Just hung on to it. Never know.
No, I've got drive shafts. But you never know when you're gonna need one.
Well,
Well,
I'm not gonna need one because I went to Fleet Pride and they took care of me. They got
Yeah.
good products.
this is true. Let's see what Tony's got to say.
It makes a good point.
That is a very good point.
That is a valid point.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, a leaky bunghole, I'll take any day over a busted drive shaft.
Yeah.
Let's get this off here before this joke goes south.
Yeah. So you can make it home with a leaky bunghole.
Yeah.
Can't make it home with a bad shaft.
No,
Yeah.
No, not a broken one.
Leaky bunghole, you just got some cleanup to do. That shaft, you're probably gonna be replacing the floor pan.
You can patch that deal up till you can get to
Yeah.
someone that knows what they're doing, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. not don't have a response for that.
Nailed
Everything everything tonight just makes me like, all right, yeah. It's like when you talking to foreign people and they don't know what you're saying, and they're just like, yeah.
From candy.
Oh goodness. So I don't know if it's an old video or if I just like stumbled onto this, but I saw the video where both guys pulled up, staged, light goes green, and they both broke. And their entire team runs up and starts pushing the car the full quarter mile to see who wins.
Yeah.
I don't think I have friends like that.
I'd push a little bit, and if it rolled real easy and other people jumped in, I think I'd go.
I mean, if there was money involved,
Or yeah, if there's money involved, I'm down like 4 flats.
then
Let's
yeah,
get it.
I'm just pushing. I mean, I'm pushing till at least a 330, then I need a break.
Yeah,
You know,
I will be like, hey, we ever both break? Can we just jump out and rock, paper, scissors this deal?
Yeah, we can. Let's
Okay.
just settle that right now.
Yeah. It seems like a lot of work doing it the other
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
You watching the video, you see some of the guys drop off and go over and sit down on the fence. they're done.
Yeah. Well,
I think that's my people right there.
We should add that to the Car Guy Olympics.
yeah. Yeah.
So
Oh, yeah, we talked about
how
that.
far
That
can
was-
you make it before you drop off?
Oh, okay.
You
Gotcha.
making it to the 330? You making it to the 8? Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's bro status right there.
An eighth a mile.
Push
No.
Boo's car over an 8 before. Yeah.
I
Yeah,
mean,
that's
I
when
love
you want to. That's when you want your friends to be guys with real race cars, not these drag and drive deals that still weigh 3,500 pounds.
That
Right.
is true.
Man, I hope mine weighs 3,500 after it's big blocked and caged. I'm
I don't
scared to
think-
death.
I'm hoping for more like 38.
Yeah, mine's gonna weigh more than 35 with everything.
Did you weigh the small block when you took it out?
No.
I'd like to see a comparison between your old small block and your new big block as far as weight.
He's got scale numbers before.
I
It'll
do.
just be
Yep.
big block and cage.
I even put them in my phone so we can talk about it whenever I get
Yeah.
the big block in the car and we scale it again.
You've made some pretty solid changes.
Yeah.
I'm ready for that. Oh, hey, this is the last show before
Before
Black
Thursday.
Friday. Can we say Black Friday?
I'm
Yeah.
sure we can.
We can.
Okay.
We're good.
So what are you buying on Black Friday?
Well, if I didn't already buy 64 foot of mild steel DOM, I probably would call up more race cars and buy one of their Chrome Molly kits. That goes on.
Man, you can't say that. That's my thing. I'm doing that. That's on my list.
That's what I thought you were getting at. I'm not doing that. What am I
But
buying?
he
I'm not-
also likes the
Like,
party.
what have you found? There's good stuff.
Am I missing something? Have I forgot?
No, I'm just asking a question
Oh.
off the cuff. We didn't practice this deal.
I'm not buying anything because I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but one of my buddies, his name is Dusty Frazier. He owns Fast by Frazier. He's building a big block for me. And I'm not normally the kind of customer he has, guys. I don't have the monies, you know what I mean, for that kind of deal. But anyway, I'm not buying anything because I'm going to owe him money. So I'm just going to hold on to what I got. So whenever my motor's done, I can go pick it up. So that's where I'm at.
I thought we would see better Black Friday deals from like Motion.
Oh, I do have a catch
Like-
can in my cart from Motion.
Waiting on that 10%.
Yeah, no, they're on sale right now. They're normally like $190 and they're on sale for $150 right now. The nice catch cans.
Catch can, like radiator catch can.
No,
Like a
crankcase,
oil catch
evac. Yeah, oil.
Back? Okay.
Yeah.
I was hoping that the like brake kits would be a banger sale, but
Yeah.
Well, they're doing the aren't they doing the write off one a day?
yeah,
Yeah.
one customer a day. I mean, that's a hell of a gamble if you're going to go buy $3,000 worth of brakes.
They say it's random,
Please
but I wonder how
pick me.
random it is.
Please pick me.
I don't know if I was randomly drawing that. I would omit all the orders that were randomly over like $400.
Yeah. Yeah.
Be like, man, this guy placed some goods. Let's kill this one.
Hey, we were just talking about picking up one of those shifters.
Oh man, motion operator shifter is a pretty
Because because
decent.
I
also a
never
really decent piece.
yeah.
I wish we
I
had
never-
a picture of that deal right now.
I never thought that I needed a engraved shifter until I saw Jimmy Dale's shifter, and now I think I need one.
Yeah,
I don't have that deal. I have a TCI Diablo. Is that what it's called?
El Diablo.
Yeah, it's like a fighting chicken.
Yeah,
That's what it is. That's
man. When we were talking about that, I almost said, let's throw a picture of that deal up. I don't
I
ever
will,
really think about doing something flashy like that in
yeah,
my
yeah.
car.
Here, check it out. Well, you can't see it. That's my shifter. So those side covers are plastic. We can't really. I mean, we can engrave them, but not gonna look cool like Jimmy Dale's.
Yeah, you go full 6-shooter at that point. Do pearl handles.
You're not wrong. Then I can start wearing my Pearl Snap shirts again, and it makes sense.
Yeah.
I say that I can't fit into any of those Pearl Snap shirts anymore.
Giant belt buckle, big hat. Heck yeah.
Yeah, you know that's me. That's the kind of guy I am.
Oh, moving on from that point.
Yeah.
I'm
Ask me how that works out.
my Black Friday is going to go exactly where it needs to go, and that's nowhere near the car, so we don't even need to discuss that.
Man, I feel like even though, I mean, you got a pretty good deal on your paint job, right?
I
On
did,
materials-
yeah.
On materials. I'm not talking
Yeah.
about me. That's not what I'm getting at. What I'm
Gotcha.
saying is,
Yeah.
on materials, I feel like, pretty budget on that deal, right? And even though you didn't spend a lot of money, your car's made some huge changes.
Yes.
Yeah,
Huge changes.
I think it's cool.
Jimmy
That's
Dale
the deal.
Yeah.
That's the
So
deal we're talking about.
So even though you haven't spent a ton of money on your car, it's night and day what it was. It's a different car. So
it's a different car.
So that's gonna wear for a little bit. Like you can ride that wave for a little while.
I absolutely can. You're correct. I didn't like, even when we talked about shooting the lace, I didn't think the lace was going to end up as good as it did. Um, the biggest problem, like I thought the lace would float. I thought we would run into some issues with it. I thought it was gonna. You always worry about whether something's gonna shift or not.
Hey, can I say one thing? It's not
Yeah.
Pickard's Performance amateur coatings. All right.
The biggest problem I have with the
Like
lace right
leaning,
now is it makes me want to be even more ambitious with it.
You want to do something with
And-
the hood and the trunk lid?
Well, sure, yes,
I say you get all the trim on the car,
I know.
and then we'll look at it.
I agree.
Then we'll
I-
revisit.
I agree, 100%. And that's where I'm at right now, because I've thought about doing like some scallops, but in order to make it work, you're going to have to lay some white scallops over the lace, and I don't want to do that. And it's just there's a lot of things that could go wrong from this point, and there's a lot of things right now that are right.
I don't think you need to worry about if something might go wrong, because what if it doesn't and it goes awesome?
Oh my God, that's how
You
it
know
went
what
with the lace.
So I wasn't worried about the lace. I just didn't think it was going to turn out that good. Like, I knew it was going to be good. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I'd never done that before. That was my first time, and it was, like I said, it turned out. We've talked about it 100 times. It turned out way better than we thought. So
Absolutely, and you're right. The car is at a good point right now. The interior is good. The paint is bordering on great.
It will be.
Yeah,
It will
and
be.
I'm really looking forward to seeing it out there. The first time we run it out, let you guys get in the gate at the circuit, and get your cars parked, talk to everybody, and then I can come in fashionably late and look cool. But I don't want to. I don't want. I want everything to be right by the time I roll it out of the garage, and that's the biggest challenge right now. Is I do want to put the trim on there. I do want to see how everything's going to look. And at the risk of screwing everything up here, give me a second. Like, even just that little spot.
Yeah.
Just looking at the way the trim's lining up with everything right now, I'm really happy with where the car's at. And you're right. I'm going to ride that out for a while. I'm going to handle some business that I need to handle. So Black Friday is going to be dedicated to something else.
Yeah.
Voodoo Cadillac checking in.
We were just talking about that lean the other day,
We
yesterday.
were. And
air
that
rides in the future, I guess.
air ride in the future. I certainly hope I can. That's another one of those things where I'm afraid of screwing it up, but at the same time, I'm going to do
What?
it. I don't care.
You're not gonna mess anything up with air ride.
No, you need to get that out of your head. Just the air ride, I could get on board with.
Yeah. I'm already on board. Let's do it.
Yeah,
Well, we got to get through. We got to get through the fuel injection. Then we can get through to the suspension. Right now, it looks good, static, the way it is. Then I'm gonna leave it alone for a little while. Static is boring.
Boring.
bored.
I'm only saying that because I want you to have air ride.
I'm gonna have to piece it together though.
Other than the cowboy hats, me and Stoney have similar style and pearl snap shirts.
Yeah. But
Anyway, sorry, off topic.
you're good. All
Hey,
right.
I'll be wanting me a cowboy hat. I'm hoping I get one for Christmas.
Are you being serious right now, or are you just messing
What?
around? You really want a cowboy hat?
I plead the fifth.
I think if you, hey, here's my deal. If you get a cowboy hat for Christmas, I think you need to shave everything except for your mustache.
Oh, really?
And wear it all the time just to
And I
check
did
it
a
out.
pretty solid shaving here a while back, and I was not impressed with all the chins I had.
Why do you think I've grown this out? Why do you think I'm looking like a chubby Billy Goat right now? That's why.
Yeah.
I think we all missed the assignment because we all shaved for November. So
no, not me. Not my face.
But no, I think Bo's right.
I think I have the last few Novembers. It's all right. I'm back in action by the first of the year.
I think.
Do you know
the assless chaps?
Do you know Voodoo Cadillac?
Do
Does he know you dress like that normally? Is that why you say that?
Do you want me to throw that up?
I don't know that we've met, but it sounds like we're kindred spirits because I had assless chaps way before I had a cowboy hat. I still don't have a cowboy hat. Pretty sad about it, actually.
I got chaps in my closet right now still. So
I'm not saying a word.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Be walking around like Mike Tyson in the old biker days. Moon just a shining.
That's
right. Right out of assless chaps and in the marketplace.
I guess I'm the only one that's really excited about Black Friday.
Yeah, I mean,
now I gotta find somewhere with assless chaps and cowboy hats on Black Friday sales.
Yeah. You're not going to catch me in a cowboy hat. Assless chaps, yes, not a cowboy hat.
You know, it was about this time of year when you guys talked me into the whole jungle Pam thing.
Yeah,
this one ain't flying. I ain't doing this one.
You could do chaps with like some booty shorts.
No.
What?
No.
He likes more leg showing. He likes to be able to show off his calves.
You got those good calves.
Yeah.
All right. How about Marketplace? 99 Chevy S10 regular cab short bed, which it is not. $10,000. 99 Isuzu Hombre, same as the S10. Gen 4 4.8. Stony, don't.
It's not wrong, bro.
Say what?
It's not wrong.
Current performance, wiring harness, cam unknown cam specs, shorty headers, blah, 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 blah. Remote start, bed cover lowered just a little bit. AC works, heat works, everything works like the truck should.
Okay.
From this angle, it does look like an S10.
It does.
It does.
It's got the Chupacabra meats on the back.
The old Cobras.
Chupacabra Radial GT.
Yeah, that's what Derek says. Bieri. Chupacabra.
Chupacabra. I don't think I've ever put two and two together on that. From the front, not so much.
Yeah.
Still somewhat of an S10, but not really.
Yeah. Can you just put fenders and hood and, of course, all the junk in the front from an S10 to make it S10? Because that's not good looking.
No, that's ugly.
I mean, I would still drive it. How much is this deal? Never mind. It's V8.
10 grand.
No.
It's still at the end of the day, it's still just a V8 S10-ish.
Yeah.
But it's not. But it costs more. I don't know that I've ever seen, now that I say that, it's going to be like a Toyota 4Runner. I say I haven't seen a Toyota 4Runner. They're all over the road. I haven't seen an Isuzu Hombre.
I see him cruising around.
Really?
Yeah.
The Hombre.
Yeah, for sure.
Huh.
I actually see him quite a bit too. Yeah, I'm kind of with him on that one.
Well, Bo, you're really close to Commerce, and Fro, you're Northwest Arkansas. So
yeah.
Yeah, I'm down with that. I'm not. I got the one. Everything works like it should.
Yeah. My daily driver truck, everything works.
Yeah.
Except for my backup camera, the screen it's the left is on the
Oh.
right and the right's on the left. Mine's backwards. I gotta fix that.
That's
know how-
gotta
You know how
be
bad
complicated.
that'll mess a guy up back into a trailer? Trying
I
to,
am glad you told me about that before I borrowed your truck. The day we were over at your house and I like 1 o'clock in the morning, my truck won't start. Two dead batteries in my Duramax, boom. And I borrowed Bo's truck to go like the 2 miles to my mom's house. And I got there, I went to back into the parking spot and I was like, oh, I'm going to just cover this deal up and
Yeah,
roll
it's
the windows
weird.
down.
Yeah.
I was tripped out.
Yeah.
Not saying Doherty's been spoiled, but Doherty's been spoiled.
All right.
Yeah.
Sorry for messing up your marketplace. Let's go back to it.
Oh, you're good. You're good.
68 Cadillac DeVille Coupe 2-door, 1850. Excellent project. Coupe DeVille. Body is straight.
I want to point out how quickly Bo jumped on the one with 6 words.
You know, here's the deal. You guys have passed me up the past couple of shows. I'm an excellent reader, guys. I excel on that deal.
I think he's the only one of us that doesn't require glasses to read.
Yeah.
You're not
Well,
wrong.
Here. Yeah.
He's
We
just a
just-
few years behind.
Yeah.
We
I've
just-
got,
He'll catch up.
I've got readers for when I'm reading emails and stuff. I do have that. But anyway.
Oh my!
That is not a picture of the car for sale. That's what it could look like. Right? Don't tell
You
me.
are-
we're buying just the bumper, and you
Yeah.
could put it on a car like this.
Yeah,
Is that what
there
the
you
deal
go.
is?
Yeah. There we go.
Yeah,
That makes
that's
sense.
more like it.
Why is it ugly in this picture and cool in the other picture?
Because I did this for a reason. I chose this listing for a reason. I wish people on Marketplace would just stop.
How much does he want for this deal?
1,800.
All right, so here's what we need to do. We need to take it from that guy and give it to a guy that has a nice shop with a planter in front,
Yeah.
and people are going to be willing to pay more.
Yeah. Once
Yeah.
again, that's science. We could test that theory
I think we could.
because we know a guy's got a planter in front of his shop now.
Now I have a really nice shop with a planter in front, and I think I could sell junk cars for more money because of the planter.
Yeah. Well, we can try it out. Man, it's a lot of pink.
Yeah, that's the funny thing is John's looking at this and he's like, yeah, that could be cool. And I can see that look in Bo's eye where he's like, no, I'm not going to paint that.
No.
No, I think that's a car that I would probably go ahead and he would let me paint that with a turbo can.
Yeah. Turbo can that deal.
Engine paint.
Yeah. No, we would do the turbo can. Have you seen the fan on those things? That's crazy.
Yeah, I just mask off everything I want to stay shiny. Turbo can it.
If you want to get even lazier, you can just take some Vaseline and rub on the shiny stuff and then spray it. And then after it dries, just wash everything off.
Yeah.
No taping.
Give me 1 second. I want to check something here before we move on through this one.
Oh,
Okay. Okay. We're good.
15 cases of rattle can. Yeah.
And that's
Man,
even
you
using
gotta get on
turbo.
You got to
Hey.
get on the turbo can, Stoney.
Quick story. I lived in Houston for a while, right? I come home one weekend. I come home to see my my son was here. I was working and living in Houston. I come home every weekend I could to see my son. I was on my way back to Houston, and I took one of my buddies with me who at the time didn't have much going on. He just was like, yeah, I'll go hang out with you in Houston for a week. I said, well, I'm coming back next weekend. We're driving through Houston, and there's a huge statue of Sam Houston. And I look over, yeah, it was this huge Chopzilla. And I look over, my buddy goes, oh my God, I need 97 cans of spray paint right now. And I guess he had to be there, but man, it was funny.
No, it's still funny even to hear it now. Like that guy is the type of guy who would try to tag the giant statue of Sam Houston.
Oh, he wanted me to pull over because he wanted to know how to get in there. Because you could clearly get in there somehow. We had lots of theories. Like, was there a back door or, a ladder?
That's always an option, Bo.
Right. Okay.
1970 Chevy Malibu, classic Chevelle. 1970 Chevelle 350 automatic, 671 blower. Motor is hurt, but still runs. Good interior, except for headliner. Car is pretty solid. Have all the trim and hood. $17,500. What's this Chevelle looking like?
It's pretty slick. That's pretty
sexy
slick.
AF.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Hold on.
Holding. I still like it.
Man, look at the size of that blower. I know it's a 671, but man, it looks big on a small block. Holy crap.
Yeah.
Intake
Oh,
temperature.
man.
Nice
Bench seats and burnouts. I see that coming on.
That's where the paint starts to get dicey. The top and the trunk lid.
Dude, no way. That's easy.
So is
I
it
think it
worth
looks fine.
what he's asking?
With a hurt
No.
motor, how hurt is it? You know what I mean?
Good question.
Yeah, it's a blower. Who cares if it has a headliner? I'm in, but man, that's
Like if he knew what was wrong with the motor, like, hey, it's a head gasket and I wiped out a cam, or something. I don't know.
so
But
you're
not
buying
knowing?
a blower setup and a good bones.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a solid Chevelle, solid 70 Chevelle for.
I would say that's pretty close to what it. That's
Yeah,
not a horrible price.
I mean,
Are the floors in it?
Just going off of how it looked in the ad, because I only choose like 4 pictures from every ad, throw them up here. Judging by what I saw in the ad, this is a solid car. I didn't see any floor pan issues. I didn't see any crazy rust. There's some rust on the bottom of the fender. On the passenger side, it's a little bit rough, but nothing that can't be worked in. I think the car. I think the car's cool.
I really, really dig that car.
17.5 is a lot for me.
You're getting a really cool car though. They're not common.
And maybe Cadillac has a point. Blower and a decent body. It is a desirable body style.
No, yeah, I agree.
yeah.
I think it's pretty close to being where it should be.
All right. Well, now's the point when we say happy Thanksgiving to everybody. May your week be short.
Man, it's already Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Yeah, this time, what was it, last year? We were doing our Friendsgiving episode.
Oh, yeah. That went over like a turd in a punch bowl, didn't it?
Sure did.
Yeah.
I still want to do it again, though.
I still want to do it again as well. And it's, as we get used to this, there's a lot of things that we're wanting to change about what we're doing. And hopefully we do that in the coming year.
Yeah. We've talked about having a couple of our buddies on here with us. And I know one of them that we would be fun to be on here. He's just like, listen, I have a dirty mouth. I can't be on there. Like he gets excited and he says, he says things he shouldn't, things that we don't say on our show. Aw. But I would like to get Jimmy on here because he's interesting. And I think you could tone it down for a show. You know,
I don't think we're gonna get a word in edgewise with Jimmy. I think once he gets rolling, we're not gonna be able to stop him.
No, we can stop him because we can do. Well, we can do stuff. I'm not gonna kick you off right now. We could just mute him though.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that. Just say see ya. There you
Yeah.
go.
That's if we don't do. We've talked about doing a live from Doherty's shop. We've talked about, we were all together for that last Friendsgiving episode.
I think you're probably going to see some shows from John's shop for sure. It's a pretty
I
good,
think so,
pretty
too.
good setting. It's pretty good background for us to do stuff. And I say do stuff.
Agreed.
We might be doing some stuff. It may be live.
Let's
don't
do some
know.
stuff.
Yeah.
Let's get live with it.
Yeah, sure.
We can get 2 out of the 3 cars in that shop, so we'll be good.
You can get all 3 of them in here if I put stuff away.
Oh no, you're never gonna get that one out. So
Yeah.
that one's stuck.
that one's stuck. It lives there now.
Hey, stop. He's fine.
I know.
We don't think R-rated is a bad thing. I'm pretty sure that we would all want it to be a thing that we could limit viewership.
Yeah.
Yeah, live from Mike Honcho.
Oh.
From the Mike Honcho garage.
Yeah.
Live footage of Doherty welding in a bunghole.
Yeah.
No, okay. That's what I just saw that comment. R rating, it's not really a bad thing, but sometimes we get carried away, and we've had conversations, and just like I'm sure a lot of you guys have, where if certain people heard you talking with your buddies, you guys would end up in a padded room more than likely.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's what we're trying to avoid, I guess.
Or one with bars.
Yeah, that too. That one.
That's why we made it through so many episodes without digging real deep into Diddy jokes.
You bring stuff like that up to create drama.
No, I bring stuff like that up so that I can go. Is there
See you, good night.
anything you want to throw on the end of here, Bo?
Yeah, no. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Doherty,
Everybody love everybody.
there you go.